It was named Paradise Square, but the Islamic State made it a hell on earth. As thousands returned to Raqqa, the horrors of the Caliphate still haunt Naim Square and overshadow attempts to rebuild the ruined city. At a roundabout in the dead heart of Raqqa, Khaled al-Swilar points out the spikes where soldiers of the so-called Islamic State once impaled the heads of those they executed. Scraps of tattered material cling to the jagged pikes stained by rust. The scenes of brutality Khaled was forced to witness in Naim Square still haunt him, but it's what this gruesome spectacle did to the children of Raqqa that weighs on his mind. They were forcing the kids to attend executions. Now the children aren't afraid of things like this, he says. Before, the children would be afraid when they saw a chicken slaughtered. But now they are never afraid. Naim Square, its name means paradise in Arabic, was once a scene of bustling commerce, traffic jams and nightlife. On a hot summer's day, children would cross the green grass to splash in the fountain, while adults would stroll in the cool of nightfall. But when IS took control of the city in 2013, they made this place the hellish epicenter of their so-called caliphate. It's where Australia's most notorious jihadist, Khaled Sharoof, photographed himself and his son holding up severed heads like gory trophies. Inside its circular ring of steel, IS fighters cut off hands and heads to demonstrate their ruthless power and extreme interpretation of Islam. They inserted a dagger in the man's chest. They were slaughtering the people here, Khaled recalls. They were forcing people to stand and watch the execution. This is our life, it's like hell, he says. Now it stands as a monument to cruelty and folly, a reminder of those who were executed and the extremists who until recently ruled the city. The grass and the water are gone, replaced with dust. On the edge of the square, Khaled's truck is parked beside the roundabout, ready to haul away tons of wheat salvaged from his stores. The surrounding buildings are in ruins, destroyed in artillery barrages and airstrikes by the US-led coalition, which backed a local force of Arabs and Kurds to drive IS out in October. Looking out from Naim to the rest of the city, the picture is much the same in all directions. Raqqa is a city of ghosts. The bombed-out shells of buildings line almost every road. It's the legacy of months of artillery and air strikes in the battle to oust the terror group from one of their final strongholds. An old woman walks past the scene of the executions with two boys in tow, weary and covered in dust from sifting through rubble of their ruined home. She is thinking not of the trauma of the past, but of an uncertain future. They hit the middle of our house with 2 rockets, she says. We had to abandon it, and while we were gone, someone took everything. God help us. In the 2 months since IS was defeated, more than 30,000 people have returned to the city, in northern Syria. It's just a fraction of its original population. Around 330,000 people have been displaced in this region alone, and 100,000 are still homeless.